But specific to what we're talking about right now, we actually also spent some time talking about the current environment, given the virus, given the impact it's had on the economy, and how remember, he's one of the wealthiest men in the country, the largest landowner, owns an enormous amount of the state of Maine and lumber and things of that nature. And I asked him, has the current environment and what's been done in terms of spending to deal with the relief that businesses have needed, has that changed the way he thinks about allocating capital?
In my opinion, we've survived this because of enormous fiscal and monetary stimulus. And I've got to believe this will lead to devaluation of currencies, that hard assets, will increase in value in currency terms. I'm not sure I'm going to call this inflation, but it'll look like and feel like inflation. And I think we're seeing it in housing. This unrealistically low interest rate environment, which has been necessary now in order to avoid worse problems, it's hard for me to believe that it won't be followed by a period of currency devaluation. So personally, I've been trying to invest or diversify into hard assets. I think things I've bought this last year, I've bought substantial interest in multifamily housing, primarily in the U.S. And I've bought irrigated farms because commodities were cheap and farms were at a low cycle in value, and I'd always wanted to have some irrigated farming, so now I'm growing potatoes.
John Malone always surprises, doesn't he, Jim? But it's interesting to listen to him talk about his worries about a devalued currency and what. And by the way, we've got a lot more spending to come. At least many people hope there is more spending to come, given the period we're in right now and the aid that is potentially needed by small and medium-sized businesses, not to mention municipalities and states around the country.
That is fascinating. Ag land.
Yeah. I mean, remember, he already owns he owns timber. He's the largest single landowner in the United States of personal, private land.
But that's what you buy in hyperinflation. When you think there's hyperinflation.
Yeah, it's funny because he didn't say he wanted to call it necessarily inflation, but he did believe fully in currency devaluation, which would essentially have that effect.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.